Now we are here at Judgement, an apocalypse survival simulation, which reminded me to RimWorld the first time I saw it, but it's actually something different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. RimWorld was a very big inspiration for us. We love the game. It's a great game. Some mechanics are similar, but it's a completely different game. And I'll show you in a second demo.
Okay, great. So let's dive in immediately.
Okay, starting a new game. There are different challenge levels here. We usually recommend people to play the challenge level. It's supposed to be a hard game, and challenging level is. This is a special build for Gamescom, so it's a bit different balancing. Things are a bit different, but the game is much harder in real.
Okay, now we got a little bit of an introductory test, and we are camping, it says.
Yeah, you were camping. This is a story, and the game is about surviving the apocalypse. And when we say apocalypse, we mean a real apocalypse with demons and creatures from hell, not zombies. We don't have any zombies in here. So the story starts with three of you that were camping, and a demon attacked. And now you escaped, and you thought the whole world was burning, and demons were everywhere, and you managed to get to a safe location in the wilderness, and now you have to find a way to survive. So you start by building a safe place, a log cabin, and we'll build it here near the well so we can have some water. And a place to eat, and a place to sleep. These are the basic necessities of all the survivors in the game.
Building the cabin was very, very fast.
Yeah, everything's a bit faster here because this is a demo for Gamescom, and we don't want people to wait too much time here while they're playing. Like I said, the version that's on Steam, it's a bit different. Some things are slower, some things are balanced differently. So after we have the basic needs taken care of, we need to be able to generate food because what we have won't last forever. So first we'll need an experiment table because the guys here, they don't know how to farm, they'll have to do some research. Once the experiment table is built, they start working in it and generating research points. These research points can then be spent in our research tree in order to unlock new technologies. It's a pretty big research tree. It has two parts. It has the occult area, where you research dark rituals and dark magic, voodoo, and stuff like that. And then it has the science area, where you can unlock explosives, automatic weapons, and starting with bows. You slowly advance in the research tree. So first we need to farm to make food. And now we'll build some farms. But we don't have enough for the second one, so we'll have to gather some resources. Now, the game can be paused at any time, and orders can be given while the game is paused, because our emphasis here is on strategy and tactics, and not on quick hands, unlike some RTS games. So now I'm going to tell them to chop the trees. And get some rocks. Now, each of the survivors has his own priorities and skills of what he does first, what he does last. And I'm going to disable the research now because we want to concentrate on gathering resources for now. And the survivors take care of things themselves. This is similar to RimWorld. They go to eat when they need to, they go to sleep when they need to. You don't have to tell them what to do, but you can if you want to. You can tell them, go chop this wood now. So the game is intended to be with as little micromanagement as possible, but when you want to micromanage something, you should be able to.
So this is also the main difference, or are there other things to point out?
It is one of the differences, I guess. RimWorld is also pretty much automatic, most of it. But for us, it's a bit more abstract. Like, you don't have items lying around that you have to carry from place to place. You just have a central inventory. The simulation is a bit more simplified, and we put more emphasis on combat and story, which we'll show you in a second. After I'm building my second farm, so now we have food generation, and we need some weapons. So crafting menu, as you can see, it's also very simple. You just have all the stuff you can craft. And once you tell them what to craft, they do it by themselves. They find a suitable workstation and do it by themselves. Now this is a world map. And right now there is someone that needs assistance here. So there's a rescue mission. And we're going to send the guys.
And there are also shopping centers.
There are shopping centers. Everything's abandoned because this is the apocalypse. But you can go and scavenge, and you're going to fight demons to get stuff that you need for rebuilding your base and researching, making weapons. But this is not a scavenge mission, this is a rescue mission. So we have to defeat the enemies so a new survivor can join the group. Now this is a tactical phase of the game. It's real time, but it has tactical elements, like I call it a real-time XCOM. You have cover, you have flanking, like if you attack from the side, you get big bonuses. Right now everything is melee weapons because this is early in the game. We still didn't build any bows or guns. So the combat is a bit easier at the beginning of the game, and later on it gets more complicated. And also the demons are a bit weaker here. So we have imps and minor demons. But you see now, because this guy is attacking Michael from the side, he's getting a bonus, a flanking bonus, which is a pretty big bonus both to damage and accuracy. So we want to be the ones flanking ourselves and not let them flank us. So tactics is very important, and even in the combat you can pause the game and give orders. You don't have to be quick with your hands in order to play this game.
Whom did you rescue right now?
We rescued Andy. Now every survivor has his own skill sets, and they also have traits that are specific to them. These traits can give you bonus to some skills. So like this guy is an ex-cop. He's better at combat and worse at farming than others. So it's much easier for him to be a fighter, because when he gets level 1, he already has 3 points in combat instead of 1 point.
But don't you run quickly out of missions if you have to go on the mini-map, or do they reoccur?
Well, this is just part of the map. Most of the map, as you can see, is obscured, so you can send them to scout. And then you reveal more of the map. And as you get away from the base, the enemies become harder and harder. So first of all, you do the close missions, and then you go farther away. And you can also build training grounds where they can practice combat without having to fight demons. And of course, your base will be attacked at some point as well. It's not safe in the apocalypse. The demons will come to you.
Can you also build in the other sections of the map, or just in your starting section?
No, the base building is just in the starting section. The other sections are mostly for missions. It's a bit similar to XCOM, where you have the base and then you go missions outside. The game is in early access right now. We do an update every month. This is actually Alpha 8. It's not on Steam yet. It will be released next week on Steam. The research tree is pretty big, and we add more every time, every update. We add some more research, more weapons, more demons. There are 12 kinds of demons right now. And you can see the full crafting options here. This is everything that you can craft. There are more items that you can't craft. You can only get them by scavenge or by collecting resources. This, by the way, is something that you can modify what gets crafted first. So if someone has a crafting task, he will first do the bread, and only then the club, and then the bow, etc. And you can prioritize everything. So this brings me again to my goal, that you don't have to micromanage anything, but if you want something to happen in a certain way, then you do have the option to control it. So you won't go like, this AI sucks, I want him to do that, and he's doing something else. You always have the option to tell him what to do.
Okay, but you said basically that one of the things that differentiates you from RimWorld is that you don't need to do the micromanagement. So if I would do it, I could also play RimWorld.
Well, like I said, you don't have to do it, and most of the time you don't want to do it. But if you need something right now, and well, the computer doesn't know everything. The AI has their own rules, but they can't know what's going on in your head. So if you need right now a bow, you can tell them, do a bow right now. I don't care about the other stuff in the priorities.
Why does the same game will restart? Why did it restart now?
Oh, like I said, this is a demo for Gamescom, so if you don't touch the keyboard, after a while it restarts. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for the demonstration. We heard it's in early access. When do you think are you going to release?
We hope to be releasing a final version early next year, and until then we keep doing the updates.
Okay, thank you very much. Our final question is maybe publish this on YouTube, the recorded game content and the interview?
Yeah, sure, you can publish everything. The game is already out and we already have many YouTube videos of it. Everything is publishable.
Thank you very much.